I'm so happy to see the new MMORPG game now, and the upcoming MMORPG has a high quality game's visual and gameplay. With so much idea and innovation and vision that the developer put on every game MMO I have made on this list, will easily describe how impressive the MMORPG is developing right now. Remember to like this video and please enjoy the video of Top 10 Guarantee the most played MMORPG games Android iOS. Best MMORPG free-to-play game mobile. We have a new Facebook fans page now. The name is GameMobile HDgraphic. Besides on YouTube, we will give an update on Facebook as well. A lot of amazing top list games will show up every day, so please check this out now. The link on the description and pin comment. Ragnarok the New World MMORPG. This is a rebuilt game Ragnarok from the classic into modern base. It has a seamless open world. All of the maps are connected from Pantera to another open world without any loading screen will meet. Day and night, dynamic weather and realistic light that make the vibe of the classic of the Ragnarok series become modern because of the enhancement ambience. The gameplay is, we can reach the maximum attack speed at 193, which is we all know how it is implemented on the classic Ragnarok that we have never seen on any Ragnarok version nowadays. And I love the sound effect, especially when we attack the enemy with our basic attack, which is pretty satisfying. Trade system, I love how the game has a trade system that allows the player to make a huge microtransaction within the player in a real time by opening the stall or a vendor, just like a Ragnarok classic on PC. You know, the best part of the features that everyone should know is we can refine the equipment to the maximum level frequently. Once we fail, then our equipment will not be broken, so we don't have to find the other equipment at the highest rarity. It has a home building system. Ragnarok the New World is the best new MMORPG on mobile. Wangu, trust me, this game will beat any open world games nowadays. I've seen the new gameplay footage and it has a lot of games combination from the Wuthering Waves with a dynamic combat, Genshin Impact with a beautiful nature, panorama, and also Zenless Zone Zero with a modern city element. While exploring the world, we can make so much mobility move or like a parkour, the gliding, running on the wall, double jump, flying, riding a jet ski, and also driving a vehicle. It sounds really interesting, right? In combat, we should make a formation to bring 3 main characters in party system. Switch the hero in between will make a great chance to win. The combo is pretty fast and the player can manage the aerial combo in the air. The ultimate skill animation is pretty engaging as well. The ambience seems pretty alive with the urban city that we can explore. The level of attention to detail is pretty good, even it has an anime style but the 3D moveset looks chic. I would love to see how the game will show us a different element than the other game's competitor. Hopefully it will have a chat message features, so we can communicate with the other friends. Wangu is a top action anime MMORPG. Architect Land of Exiles. This game claims if they are the best MMORPG on Korean. The game now gets a lot of updates and I'm sure you guys will love to know it. Zero stress play, no grinding hardcore because we will have a ton of reward while we are not in online mode. Free trade system, hunt the monster and trade your looting items into a real value. These features will make a huge microtransaction process and it will become a good economic driven, so our time will actually pay off. The game's quality is unbelievable. It will give the true essence of adventure, the MMORPG. The game's PvP content is their main thing they will figure out. Even the combat mechanism will make the player thinking on how the tactical, positioning, and teamwork take so crucially as your winning results in the battlefield. Surprisingly, the developer announced if they will listen to the player's feedback and try to respond to any service, which I will do ahead of. Absolutely the best trade system game MMORPG on mobile. Seal M2 MMORPG. Surprisingly, it's in development now. As we all can see, the new Seal M on Cross was just released a few moments before, but now they decide to create the new sequel for the mobile and PC. Seal M2 will become a casual MMORPG that's developed by Playwith Company. It's a remake of the classic IP Identity. A lot of improvement, action features and combat with a higher quality. They try to expand the audience and look for a wider global market. It will become an identity of Seal series. They try to make a long-term service by making a stable growth service to the player as the original content of the Seal series. I'm looking forward to the update of Seal M2 MMORPG for mobile. TOSM Extreme or 3 of SAWERIA Mobile Extreme. Once this game releases globally, I will play it for sure. I love the art style, it's pretty aesthetic. It's just different from any MMORPG we know on mobile. Even this game has improved a lot since they launched the previous version on mobile, and I see the enhancement of the graphic visual. I played the game on beta testing, and surprisingly, the number of players who participate daily reached a maximum number. Even I have a hard time logging in because the queue number is a lot. The gameplay mechanism is the same as the PC version. We can reach a certain point faster by riding a pet, but the most interesting part is we can fight side by side with our companion. So not only the main character we should strengthen, but also we need to power up the other allies. I love how simple the skill showcase is, but it still has its own characteristic of the hero through the element's color and how detailed it has. This game is focusing on the storyline, no matter we'll get so much dialogue and conversation. 3 of SAWERIA Extreme is the best new MMORPG games for mobile. RS, the Iron Vanguard. I've been waiting for it since the game was released on the Korean version, and I see a huge improvement to the global version. The game gets so much updated with a sharper and more detailed character look. If you all really want to have an MMO with anti-mainstream concept, surely this game will fit you. It's not medieval based, but it has a very futuristic concept where the sci-fi and robotic meet and blend together. The game's combat mechanism is a tap and click base, but you demand to play more active by doing some anticipating to make an extra action like a counterattack, blocking, and releasing an extra damage. Switch your own playstyle by switching the hero's weapon like a sword, dual sword, or an axe. Then all of the skill will be adjusted. Flying along the sky is possible. It will push you to play more effectively and efficiently to reach the next mission even faster. Best new MMORPG for Android and PC and also iOS. Limit Zero Breaker. This is an MMORPG game with a dungeon-based concept, so the player are able to meet the other players only when they are visiting the safety area, which is on the plaza. The game's combat mechanism is a fast pace with a great combat look. I love how the game works in a cinematic and stylish gameplay, with a real-time combat base making the player able to maintain their combat progression by doing some action like parry, dodge, and also counterattack. Once you face the boss monster, make sure you come into the break mode. It's also a good way to finish the enemy and you are able to enjoy the cinematic scenes. Enjoy a different mode to continue your adventure through the campaign mode. Boss hunt and co-op raid by joining with your friend up to 3 players. An anime art style will easily attract you to enjoy the character design, hero's appearance, and how they are always showing a cinematic scene to represent the storyline. Limit Zero Breaker is the best new game anime MMORPG for Android. NTE, Neverness to Everness. This game is one of the most played anime open world games right now. All players are talking about it. It's because the game looks so perfect and amazingly made for mobile platform. It seems the developer did a great job on optimizing the whole game. The world feels so alive with so many NPCs are always moving from one area to another area, making it look so alive and perfectly describing how the urban life looks like. You will have a lot of freedom to explore the world, so it's not only about a combat, but the real-life simulator is the main highlight as well. Doing so much activity like a minigame, racing, and any other fun game that will make your day cherished. Making chaos by hitting the NPC, getting arrested by the police is pretty fun, right? Even we can fight against them. Using a special skill or making combos by switching with the other hero is possible to do. Absolutely the best new action RPG open world games on mobile. Monster Hunter Outlander. This game has one of the most promising game MMORPG on mobile. The first impression already hooked me from so many ways. The graphic, the visual, and how the game has a perfect combat mechanism. We'll play in the open world that's focusing on hunting the monster, but also the survival mechanism as well, like collecting the material and also crafting is really important to do to strengthen your character. The game exactly represents what a Monster Hunter character's design is, with a great sword or a long sword on his hand. You know this game is really good in action, and even we need to learn how the monster pattern is. Once you understand their pattern, then you will find the monster weaknesses point. We can do so much action like climbing, swimming, and also gliding. There is one action we actually need to experience, which is grappling hook, and continue with an action of slashing. It will create a great combo and satisfying moveset. This game can be played within up to 4 players on the boss fight in co-op mode. Ragnarok M Eternal Love 2. I'm sure this game will give you a different perspective on Ragnarok game series, because this game will become the most played MMORPG, especially if you see how massive the fans of the Ragnarok game, and this game will give you a different side of this franchise. Most of the RO game will come with a chibi character look, but now all of the heroes seems quite mature and not in chibi shape, which is the first impression that already show us how significant the differences is. The player can explore the world of Midgard as you like, with a seamless open world concept that will allow you to explore the world with a parkour style, climbing the wall, running, and even gliding, which is all of those actions you will never see in any Ragnarok game, right? The game's combat mechanisms are way too attractive. It looks like an active hack and slash game with so much attacking moveset we can meet. Of course, PvP and a huge scale of war features are available to enjoy through Guild vs Guild. Play with your teammate in co-op multiplayer to speed up the grinding progress. It will affect how you can develop your hero faster in character progression. And also the important one is class advancement. Absolutely the best MMORPG game. Remember to like this video and see you on the next list. Thanks.